So let's talk about a piece of tech that's completely changing one of the most important parts of any business: lead follow-up. We're diving into AI voice agents and how they basically make sure you never let a potential customer slip through your fingers ever again. You know this feeling, right? If you've ever run a business, you know it. A brand new hot lead comes in, you get that jolt of excitement, but you're just swamped. By the time you get around to calling them back, they've gone cold. Or worse, they've already signed with your competition. It's a huge, frustrating, and really expensive problem.
Okay, but just imagine for a second, what if every single lead got a personal phone call within seconds of them showing interest? Any time of day, any day of the week. Well, that's not science fiction anymore. It's exactly what AI is making possible right now.
To really understand why this is such a big deal, we got to talk about something called the leaky funnel problem. It's this idea that you're always losing potential customers along the way, and you know where the biggest leak is? Almost always. It's right at the very beginning.
You know, the research on this is kind of crazy. Your chances of actually qualifying a lead drop off a cliff after just 5 minutes. If you wait an hour, they're basically gone. In today's world, speed isn't just a nice to have, it's everything. Every single minute you wait is another potential customer walking right over to your competitor.
So how in the world do you solve this speed problem without hiring a whole army of people to work around the clock? Well, the answer is your new secret weapon, a 24/7 AI agent that's built to deliver the perfect follow-up every single time.
So what is an AI voice agent? Put simply, it's an automated system that uses a really natural, human-like voice to have actual conversations over the phone. We're not talking about those clunky old robocalls. This thing can understand what people are saying, it can ask smart questions, and then it can actually do things, like book a meeting directly onto your calendar.
Okay, so let's walk through how this actually plays out. Picture this. A new lead fills out a form on your website. Instantly, their phone buzzes with a text message. Something like, "Hey, saw you were interested. Is now a good time for a quick call?" If they text back yes or sure, the AI voice agent calls them on the spot. It asks a few qualifying questions that you've already set up, and if the lead seems like a good fit, the AI just says, "Great, sounds like we can help. I see we have an opening tomorrow at 10 a.m. and another at 2 p.m. Does either of those work for you?" And boom, just like that, a qualified meeting is on the books.
And that right there, that's the real magic of this whole system. Your team's time, their valuable time, is no longer wasted chasing down people who aren't interested or playing endless phone tag. They get to spend their day talking to highly qualified people who have already been vetted and have actively booked a time to talk. Your efficiency just goes through the roof.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds incredible, but I'm not a coder. This has to be super complicated to set up. And you know what? A few years ago, you'd have been absolutely right. But today, you can build this entire system without writing a single line of code.
The amazing part is just how simple the toolkit is. You use a platform like Vapi or Retail AI to be the brains of the voice agent. You grab a phone number from a service like Twilio, and then you use a tool like Zapier or Make, which are kind of like digital Legos for apps, to connect everything together. It's a completely accessible set of tools for pretty much any business.
And here's what that whole flow looks like. A lead comes in, Zapier catches it and immediately tells the AI voice agent, "Hey, make the call." The AI does its thing, has the conversation, and if it books a meeting, Zapier then tells Google Calendar to create the event, and then it shoots out confirmation messages to everybody. It's this beautiful, seamless, and totally automated workflow.
So, we've seen how simple it is to build this on the surface, but to really appreciate why this works so well, we've got to take a quick peek under the hood at the incredibly sophisticated tech that makes these conversations feel so real. Okay, this might look incredibly complex, and, well, it is. This is the deep, deep engineering that allows an AI to sound truly human. You have all these different systems working together in a fraction of a second to do things like understand when someone interrupts, figure out the intent behind their words, and then generate a natural-sounding response, like instantly. It really is a symphony of technology working in perfect harmony.
And what's so wild is that all of that deep, complex engineering gets wrapped up into something that looks as simple as this. This is what a no-code workflow looks like. Each of these little blocks is a powerful action, letting you just drag and drop your way to a super sophisticated automation. You don't need to understand any of the complex stuff to get all the benefits.
So the really crucial point here is that this isn't some niche tool for one specific kind of business. This is a fundamental shift in how customer communication can be handled pretty much across the board.
I mean, just think about it. Real estate agents can have an AI book property viewings instantly. A law firm could have an AI do an initial screening of potential clients.
A healthcare clinic can use it to schedule appointments. A marketing agency can qualify new project inquiries. Seriously, if your business gets inbound leads, this technology can almost certainly help you out. And maybe the best part of all, it never sleeps. It never takes a vacation. It never has a bad day. You can have a perfect, instantaneous follow-up system running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, capturing opportunities that otherwise would have just vanished.
So if you take away one thing, let it be this. The most vulnerable and the most valuable moment in your entire sales process is that very first point of contact. And for the first time ever, that moment can be perfectly and affordably automated. You can make sure you never let a hot lead go cold again.
So I'll just leave you with this one final question to chew on. If you knew with 100% certainty that every single person who showed interest in your business got an immediate, helpful, and professional response, what would that unlock for you? What would suddenly become possible for your business's growth?